What's up, guys? I'm back to finally caught up doing my Dancing with the Stars season 25 reviews. This is week 7, which was last night. It was Halloween night, which is today. I'm just kind of ready to knock this out and get this up. First up last night was Victoria and Val, and they had a foxtrot. This was a beautiful dance. It was simple. It was elegant. It was just pure joy to watch. I feel like sometimes less is more. The last 2 weeks for them, they've had a lot of production, and the Dancing with the Troupe, and this was a stripped down dance. It was simple. It was just the two of them. They glided across that floor beautifully. Her arm styling was great. I feel like they're back. They're back up there in the competition. They had got a 9 from Carrie Ann, a 9 from Len, and a 9 from Bruno for a score of 27. And I would have given them a 9 as well. Just a beautiful dance. Up next, we had Jordan and Lindsay, and they had a paso doble. They got a perfect score, 10s from all 3 judges. I will say personally, I like the dance a lot. As I said in the last video, he's the best male dancer this season. I thought there was a lot of paso content, in my opinion. There was a lot of hip hop in there, mixed in there too, but I think that's just generally how they choose to go ahead. That's it. That's their thing. I didn't like the song for Paso. I've heard that song before. It's kind of like like a techno song. I thought he was definitely the leader of the pack when it comes to the troupe. He was, out in front, and he was doing his thing, and he wasn't I think he was a little behind in some parts, or like a little ahead, however you view it. But basically, it was a really good dance. I would have given it a 9. That has nothing to do with the dancing. That's just, I think the music didn't go there for me when it comes to him. Anyways, up next we had Nikki and Artem, and they had a jive. What I will say is, again, 3 weeks in a row, the performance was really good. She wasn't one note throughout the dance. She looked like she was having fun, and like giving me attitude throughout the dance, which is what I want. The dancing itself was a little weak to me. It's like, I think one of the judges said that it didn't have enough punch. I think somebody said, man, it was like decaf coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know what the difference is. But it wasn't strong enough. And again, this is my 3rd week saying that she doesn't let Artem lead her sometimes, and it's a little off-putting when it comes to dancing. When it comes to dance, a partner dance like ballroom. Anyways, it was pretty good for her. She got a 8 from all judges for a score of 24, and I would have given it an 8 as well. Side note, there was a bumper in between this dance and the next dance with Keo and Charna, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but the outfits they were wearing, I don't know if it was the same outfit, but it was very similar to the outfit that Calvin Johnson and Lindsay wore back in season 23 for their Mr. Bones Quick Step. Check that out. That was a really good dance for them. Yeah. Up next, we had Vanessa and Max, and they had a Paso Doble. They got 8s from all the judges for a score of 24. This was an okay dance. Wasn't great, wasn't horrible. It had moments. I thought she did a pretty good job. Nothing much more to say about it than that. Yeah, I would have given it an 8 personally. That's all I have to say about that. Next we had Terrell and Cheryl, and they had a tango. I don't know the difference in them, but I think this is more, again, this is ballroom tango, not Argentine tango. So I thought his posture for the tango was great. He wasn't hunched down with her. For that style of tango, you have to keep your knees like flexed, and you have to kind of sit down in a squat a little bit. He wasn't hunched like this, but he was still, his frame was pretty good for him. I will agree with Carrie Ann. He does need to find a way to fill out the slower movements with more energy. I think he does better with faster movement, but he needs to find that balance with his slower movements. I thought the dance in general was really nice. It was a little cheesy when he kept like snarling with his vampire teeth. I didn't get the theme as a whole. It was like kind of like him, Keo, and maybe Sasha was like trick or treating, and then went through the door, and there she was, and okay, that's whatever. But I'm really proud of him. Whether he goes home next week or the week after, he's done himself a really good service these past few weeks. So kudos to him, and I will mention something about him at the end of the video that I'm really excited for next week. Up next, we had Lindsay, Sterling, and Mark, and they had a Paso Doble. I did see early Monday morning on YouTube that she has I don't think it's not a fractured rib. I think it's a bruised rib or misplaced rib. And her and Mark were very worried that it would affect the dance, and it did. We definitely saw her grimacing and saw that she was in pain, but Lindsay Sterling, she's a trooper. She doesn't want to disappoint anybody, and I think at the end of the day she wants to win. So she's going to push herself to the limit to win. What I will say is that at the end of the day, as much as people want to win Dancing with the Stars, it's just a competition. She has a very successful career outside of this, and I don't want to see her sacrifice. And I know she's on tour. She's on tour this winter. I think she'll be here in Atlanta sometime in November. I don't want to see her sacrifice her health and her obligations just for this show. As much as I want her to win. So she needs to take it a little easy. I'm a little worried about her going forward. I hope she can get some rest, at least today and tomorrow, and hopefully get into rehearsals Thursday and Friday. I think I already know Mark is going to be choreographing for her already. But we're just going to film it, and we'll put in some extra hours to get ready for Monday if she can go. What I will say is that I don't think Paso Doble is not a great style for Lindsay. Just my opinion. She's a very kind of light. She's a very light, fairy-like dancer. With saying that, I mean, she doesn't really have like the power and like I think in Paso you have to be a little bit more grounded in it to kind of give all the shaping that it needs. Some things felt a little weak to me. That maybe was because of the rib. But it wasn't a bad dance at all. The costuming was fantastic. I think it's called Sugar Skulls or something like that. It's like Day of the Dead type things. It was really nice. Yeah, but they got a 9 from all the judges for a score of 27. I would have given it a 9 as well. If she can go, she will definitely make the finals. If she has to withdraw, that'll be sad for me. But there's life after this competition. Up next we had Frankie and Whitney, and they had a contemporary. This is my favorite dance of the night, personally. I thought Frankie was phenomenal. I love the package. He was helping to kind of art direct what they were gonna do. And that's his acting skills came through with really helping frame it from a camera standpoint, like what looks good, like what she should be doing, what he should be doing, and it all came together really well. They got 10s from all the judges for a perfect score of 30. Well deserved. It was creepy. The choreography was great, and all that jazz. It was really good. Okay, don't want to get on my little soapbox, but it happened to Nikki, and I think it happened to Nick as well. I don't like when contestants get contemporary and jazz back to back. I said it in the last video. I want them to get back to getting the at least 7 of the 10 dances done every season, and they're not doing that. They haven't been doing that last maybe 2-3 years. I really want them to get back to that, but then again, Dancing with the Stars is not necessarily about the dancing that much anymore. It's about the production and making it entertaining at home. I think it happened. I said it last season that some people get confused about what's going on. Dancing with the Stars is a entertainment reality dance competition. It's about entertainment first, because I can guarantee, I would say at least more than half of the viewers at home don't know perfect ballroom technique or don't care. As long as it's entertaining to them, that's what they go off of. Because we've seen not the best dancer wins every season. It's about who really impresses the fans. So don't get confused when you see certain things happening. It's like, I know people were upset that David Ross was like in second place and Normani was in third. It's not about the dance. David's likable. It has also had to do with personality and likability and relatability and things like that. He's very relatable to a broad spectrum of people. And also, baseball is America's pastime. I personally don't watch baseball like that, but a lot of people do. So don't be surprised when people who are not great dancers make finales or make it farther than you think they're gonna make it, because it's not about the dancing all the time. Up next, we had the last couple dance they had was Drew and Emma, and they did a Charleston. I would say it was an okay dance. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. Better. It was better than last week. There was a little accident in the routine. I didn't notice it while it was happening. It just kind of happened, and I was like, okay, well, it is what it is. They got 9s from all the judges. For a score of 27, a little high to me. I would have given it an 8, but that's just my personal opinion, And don't get offended when the judges give a higher score than you think they should get. It's their opinion, and they're watching it in the moment. Like I've had time to process it and everything. They see the dance, and that little piece of paper is handed over, and they write their number down and pass it on. So they don't have time to sit there and process everything in the moment. I think if they had like an hour, they'd probably critique it a little harsher than in the moment. But it is what it is. Then we got to the team dances. First up, we had Team Monster Mash, which was Tio and Cheryl, Lindsay and Mark, Jordan and Lindsay, and Nikki and Artem. They got 8s from all the judges for a score of 24. The dance was all over the place. Really messy. Not much to say more than that. I thought the individual couples had really good moments. I think it was smart for them to choose Jive, because I was listening to that song yesterday at work. We had a little Halloween theme thing for our Monday, Wednesday, Friday patients, and I was listening to that song, and it's a jive song, or like a up tempo song. So I agree that they did the thing. I think, in my opinion, Jordan and Lindsay had the best section. I just think it was just like too many moving parts, too many things going on. It wasn't together. It was out of time, out of sync. Yeah, it is what it is. Up next, we had Team Phantom of the Ballroom / Opera. Obviously, this was a better dance. Was it perfect in my opinion? No. They got a perfect score of 30. So I think one of the judges said it was like one of the best group dances of all time. I don't know about that. I think off the top of my head, I think Team Call Me Maybe from season 15 was really great, and Team What Does the Fox Say from Team Foxing Awesome. I apologize. Season 17. That was with Corbin. It was Corbin and Amber, and who else was in that dance? It was Corbin, Amber, Jack Osborne, and Brant. That dance was better. Better dance than this. But this dance was more cohesive, and it was more. It was choreographed better, and I think they all matched better. There was a few times where hands didn't connect. There was bad connections and things like that. But as a whole, this was a better dance. And this is what I mentioned. I think I mentioned with Victoria and Val. Sometimes less is more. I think we've all heard the expression "kiss." Keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes you just need to get you need to be a little bit more strategic in what you're doing. I thought that they all chose a style that made each couple look good, as a whole. And while I was watching I saw the costuming before the dances, and maybe it's just me, but this dance reminded me of season 23. I don't remember the name of the team, but it was like Team Past and Team Future. I think this was James. It was a team with Team Past. It was like James Hinchcliffe. I don't remember who else. It was like James Hinchcliffe and the routine that Shauna got injured in. The costuming was very simple, and they chose I think they chose very similar movements to that team. So if you get a chance, look that up and tell me what you think, because to me those dances kind of like correlated. I also think too the song The Phantom of the Opera was very dramatic and over the top, so it worked more in their favor. But I still think it was a better dance. I would have given it a 9. I think 10 was a little much in my opinion, but good for them. There was a double elimination. Vanessa and Max and Nikki and Artem went home. I wasn't shocked. I was really upset either. I kind of knew it was coming, because I think it was I want to say it was week 3 when they had the shooting in Vegas. They didn't eliminate anybody that night, so I knew a double elimination was coming. It just happened to be Vanessa and Nikki's time to go. A lot of people are really upset. It's like Terrell and Drew should have went home. In my opinion, not based on, definitely not Terrell, definitely not TL, based on the jive from last week, which was my second favorite dance in the night. And Drew has a big fan base. Nikki too, but I think also too I think she went first last week. So a lot of people don't remember that dance very well. Yeah, so it was okay. It is what it is, you know. I'm sad for them, but I'll move forward, and everybody else should move forward too. Next week is trios. Very interesting concept they have this year. Past contestants are going to be joining the current couples and doing a routine. I think last night you saw Alfonso, you saw Corbin, and you saw Kelly Monaco. 3 people who I love a lot. Or should I say I really like a lot. I don't know 100% if this concept is going to work, but I'm excited to see it play out. And I saw the coupling. I saw the couples this week, and I gotta say I'm very excited. So apparently it's going to be Alfonso is going to be dancing with Frankie and Whitney. Reunited. Whitney and Alfonso reunited. Awesome. It's going to be Corbin, Blue, is going to be dancing with Jordan and Lindsay. And funny enough, did I not say in a video a few videos ago that Jordan reminds me a lot of Corbin? And they happen to be dancing together. Candy Monaco is going to be with Terrell and Cheryl. They're going to be dancing a Rumba. I think Rumba should be a really good style for Terrell, especially with the improvements he's been making the last few weeks. I kind of wish this was their single dance and not a trio, but we'll see how it goes. Lori Hernandez is going to be with Victoria and Val. Lori and Val back together, one of my favorite couples. Uh, Christine Yamaguchi is going to be with Lindsay and Mark. Wow, wow, season 6 winner. That's going to be interesting. And I think the couple I'm most excited to see back is my guy Rashad Jennings, and with Drew and Emma, Team Shad Squad, my favorite team last season. I supported them from week 1. I'm really, really excited to see Rashad back in the ballroom. Just gonna go off on a little tangent about Rashad. He's been dancing a lot since last season. I just was on his Instagram, and he was training with I think her name is Megan Wong and Kat Burns. He was looking great. Gosh, I didn't get to do videos last season for season 24, but I really, really like Rashad. And I was so happy when he won, because I think he's one of my favorites of all time. I love that couple. Team Shad Squad all day. I represent for them. But anyways, I'm finally glad that I'm caught up. I think next week's video is going to be a little late because I'm going home to Florida this weekend. And I will be back in Georgia on Tuesday. I'm going to be too tired to do the video then. But I'm glad I'm finally caught up and ready to see what the rest of the season has in store. So, as always, feel free to leave comments on the video. Any criticism, I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. But I appreciate everybody who gets to watch this, and I will talk to y'all again sometime next week.